Hello, hello, friends. Hi. Hi, welcome to our weekly show. This is Marina Shepelsky. Hi, hello, hello. Just gonna give a little bit time for everything to go active on the social media. Hello, friends. Hi, welcome. Say hello when you join, right? For me, where you watch. Ooh, sound off computer. Moving the camera here. Okay. Hello from Minnesota to Latish B. Hoyer 786. I will be answering your questions today. Just drop a line and then, as a separate comment, drop your comment with a question. So I will be addressing your. Oh, another Marina from LA. Oh, no, this is Mex saying hi, Marina from LA, from Los Angeles. Hello from Mars Garvey. Christopher says hello. Hi. Hello, hello. So happy to see you. Happy Wednesday. A nice, beautiful summer Wednesday here for you guys. And for me, hello on Instagram from Pantea Aria from Germany. Hi from Germany. Another Gigi is watching from LA, another LA person. Mary Namuzi is from New York. Hi, New York. Esa Sparan 08, greetings from Ohio. Hello, hello. Thank you guys for watching me here from Ohio, from LA, from Minnesota, Rhode Island. Hello, Rhode Island. Weekend. And my friend Joseph is watching from Maryland, I believe. Right, Joseph? Correct me if I'm wrong. Joseph is in Maryland. Although, honestly, I don't know if Joseph is your first name or your middle name. What is your first name? Tamito P. Joseph Akewasula. Kwaku, another one of my regulars here is watching from Kentucky. Hello and welcome. Welcome. So far, Instagram, we got Germany, LA, California, New York, and Ohio. I had to go to court yesterday in Manhattan, which is such a travel for me now because I live in New Jersey, right? So I'm sitting there by the window quietly, and I was actually ordering drapes for our new office in Manhattan because I went there and needed drapes. And this lady just like got up and said next to me, Joyce says Oklahoma. Hello, Joyce from Oklahoma. Oh, so Grism is watching from New Jersey. I'm also in New Jersey right now. So hello, hello. But Joseph, well, Temi Topi Joseph is his first name, but you can call me Joseph. Okay. I will continue to call you Joseph. Or call you Temi. Let me know how you want me to. Um, okay, okay. He says everybody in the States calls him Joseph, but the full name is Temitope Joseph. That's a beautiful name, and you should keep your name. Hi from Pakistan, from Saeed Badsha. So anyway, I was on the express bus yesterday from Manhattan to Staten Island, and then I drive to New Jersey. And this lady just sat next to me, and she said, "I'm going to sit next to you because I follow you on Instagram." And she told me her entire life story. She's from Kosovo, and she told me how she's been here for 3 years. She filed for asylum with a lawyer, not us, with a lawyer in the Bronx, and she's worried about, is she going to win her case? And we talked about her relationship, and she broke up with someone, and this whole thing. And I'm really so grateful, so happy that people watch what I do, and it matters to people. It's important that I'm touching people's lives and that it matters to you guys. So that's why I do this every Wednesday. No matter how many people are watching, I will continue to answer your questions and talk about the news. And Oh my God, this. So yeah, so Temitope Joseph said that's fine with me, even how you call me. We have to meet one day, you guys, in person. And hello from Vinesh Kumar. He might be from Pakistan or India. We don't know, but we welcome you here, and we welcome people from all over the world. If you're just joining, I would love for you to write in the comments where you are and then follow with your question. I will be answering. And my constant companion here, Anthony Sennett. Good morning. Good morning, my sister. We appreciate you. You're touching a lot of lives. And Vinesh Kumar is India. He is indeed from India. I guessed it. I guessed it. Woo! I guessed it. I'm in a good mood today. Why am I in a good mood? I'm almost at the mark of my 2-year anniversary with my husband. We got married. This is my second marriage, and this is, I'm Jewish, so I talked to a rabbi a long time ago, and he explained to me for people who get divorced and remarried, he said the first husband is from God. The second husband is from your heart and your mind. You pick them. So I still think it's from God because if you believe that God created us, right, and you believe that God guides us, I think your second marriage is also from God. So my love of my life, starting here anniversary, he never lets me post even one picture of him. He hates being online. He's like the total opposite of me in that sense. He doesn't like talking or posting his pictures online. But I'm in a good mood because we're almost there, the 2 anniversary. We were talking about this, and time really flies. And Yogesh says, Happy anniversary, man. Thank you so much. Vinesh says, I love you, USA. I also love USA. I'm an immigrant like you guys. I came from Ukraine. This weekend, the one that just passed, I got all of my immigrant friends from college together. So I had a big crowd of friends. Everybody was more or less from New York and Russian speaking like me. And we all went to school together to be a doctor. I was pre med in the pre medical program in college, and my bachelor's degree is in biology. And if you live in other countries, that would never work because people usually will go to medical school right from the first day of college. In the States, in the US, you go for like a general major for 4 years in college, you get a liberal arts or science degree, and then you specialize and you go to law school or medical school or whatever. So I was going to go to medical school, but I kind of changed my mind. And a lot of my friends did too, but most people actually did end up going to dental school, medical school. I have a friend who has a B. No, wait. She's got a master's of biology, then an MBA, and she almost finished her PhD in biology. She works for a big pharmaceutical company, and she runs a big lab in Boston. And they do really good research about, the health of the eye and cloning stuff for the eye, believe it or not. She does cloning of the cells for the eye. And therefore, they test medications for the eye diseases. So I have friends that do different things, and we all got together. There was like 21 person there. We had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. If you follow me on Instagram on my personal account, not on my work account here, but I have a personal account, you would have seen it there. All of us are almost 50 years old, and it was like visiting my own self at 20, 21 years old. So that's why I'm in a good mood. I saw my old friends. It's all good here. I'm going to talk about the news. I think enough people are watching now that we could start. And Kwaku is asking me, thank you, Kwaku. Do you think Joe Biden will step down for presidential race and nominate someone else for the Democrats? I was just talking about this with my husband this morning. Hi from Florida, from Alexander, Alex. Isakov, he spells his name I guess, Ukrainian or Belarus way. Kwaku says happy anniversary. I'll get to you in a minute, Temitopi Joseph. All right, so let's talk about the news this week. Insane. Have you seen the debate? Uh, my kids wanted to watch the debate. I wasn't even planning on it, and then we just turned on CNN and we started watching, and it was like watching a car accident. You can't look away. Whether you want to or not, you're gonna watch this disaster. So these debates were a disaster. The usually crazy clown of a Trump looked like he was the normal and like more or less healthy mental, regular mental level person who, of course, he said a lot of things that are not exactly true and his own perspective and things, but he appeared to be the more healthy of the two. Joe Biden was, just like lost. He couldn't finish his sentence. He kept looking off in the distance, and we all realized how bad Joe Biden's health is. He's really sick and really old. He needs to be better. He needs to stay home. His family should take him out of the race. And since this happened, the news has begun aggressively attacking Joe Biden. Today I was reading three articles, one in Politico, which is a major, major political publication, another from New York Times, the Guardian, all the major news outlets are saying Joe Biden should step down. How could the inner circle around Joe Biden hide how bad his health is, hide how badly he's gone down? He's worsened a lot in the recent months, and he's worsening. So many people are starting to say he should step down. A lot of people in my personal friend groups and lawyer friend groups are saying that his family is basically abusing him by forcing him to stay in the race. His family should tell him to step down. Do I think he will step down? It's sure looking like it. I could be wrong, but since the media joined this aggressive push and criticism of Biden, I feel like he's going to have no choice very soon but to step down. Now, the big question is, who are they going to replace him with? The natural choice would be the vice president, Kamala Harris. But a lot of people are saying she doesn't have enough political experience. There's a lot of other Democratic candidates that could step up instead of Biden. But it's such a disaster for the Democratic Party because they don't have enough time now to gain the kind of momentum they need to win this race in 2024. And also this week, in very related news, the conservative majority in the US Supreme Court ruled that Trump might have had some immunity, some protection from criminal liability in his actions on January 6th when he refused to concede defeat. He refused to admit that Biden won. Because of him, some supporters stormed the Capitol, Congress. As you guys know, a couple of people died, including a young woman police officer, and a lot of people got arrested and was convicted of treason. He was also convicted recently of something else in New York, 34 counts of covering up hush money used to pay supposedly, right? But since he was convicted, I can now say that it happened. The trial by jury, the jury found it did happen. So they said that he covered up something about a porno actress by paying her off, and he had his lawyer Michael Cohen take money supposedly funneled from like campaign funds, like 130,000 or so, and pay her. So he was found guilty, criminally guilty. But since this happened, the Supreme Court case in Trump versus the United States, the criminal conviction sentencing has been pushed off because it's possible that his criminal charges and convictions could be thrown out now if he indeed had immunity, right? So if he had presidential immunity, they were not supposed to charge or convict him. He is untouchable when he has immunity. And the Supreme Court said that some of the things that he does and he did on January 6th could have been covered by presidential immunity. How much was covered? What was covered? We're going to find out. But it might be too late. So he'll probably just go ahead and participate in this election. And with what's happening with Joe Biden's health, might be a good way for him to win this election. Because no matter who they use now to substitute for Joe Biden, that person doesn't have the kind of respect and experience and political pull, heavyweight, like Joe Biden did in his many, many years of experience in the Democratic Party. He was at some point the youngest Democratic senator, believe it or not. And he is the one who sponsored the VAWA Act that I use. And you guys have questions like, I mean, Toki Joseph has a question about VAWA right now. Guess who made VAWA happen? One of the two senators was Joe Biden when he was a young senator from the state of Delaware. And he still has a beautiful house I passed by in the state of Delaware, in a very beautiful and exclusive beach town of Rehoboth, Delaware. I visited, I have friends who live there. So interestingly enough, Trump is like gaining in the chances of winning. And the Supreme Court made the path clear for him with this decision that they just did. So it's been a crazy, crazy, crazy week. The Supreme Court shut down another major case, which I don't think you guys would care about, but for lawyers and geeks of law like me, it was a big one. Chevron, another case that devastated some of the status quo. Things have been around since like the I think 1960s. The Chevron said that the government can make, basically the federal agencies can make like certain interpretations of law if they want to and not be sued. Also, kind of have immunity from lawsuit. And they said no immunity. The government agencies cannot interpret laws and they could be sued. So it's kind of like the opposite of what they did for Trump. We'll see what happens with all this. But we're living in truly historical times, you guys. And I've never said this before. We're living in some kind of a interesting reality, to say the least, of the United States. And that's all I'm going to say about the news. If you guys are watching the visa bulletins, they have moved forward a little bit for the month of July, especially the family petition categories. They moved forward like 1 month. But the work green card, EB3, which is the most common green card for people who get a green card through work, the perm green cards have gone back almost like a year. And they said that between August and October, they're not going to issue any, I think, new visas in that category. So it's going to be crazy, crazy, crazy. To me, Topi Joseph says he'll be glad to meet in person one of these days. All right, so I'm going to start answering your questions. Enough about the news. I think we covered all the major bases. Unless I'm missing something, drop me a comment about something else you want to discuss that you've seen in the news this week. It's been a crazy week. Biden is getting pushed out of the presidential race. The media is like very aggressively attacking him. They're driving him to withdraw, even though he said he's not going to withdraw. I think they're going to force him. And it's not just the media. The media is reporting what the insiders in the Democratic Party are saying, and they're shocked by how bad his health is. They're shocked at how how much worse his state has been, his like mental state, and that's what the media is reporting. Let me get to your questions. I'm going to start with YouTube and switch quickly to Instagram. I didn't forget about you guys on Instagram. All right, it looks like Joseph has the first question here. And here it is. It says, please, if somebody files for VAWA case and received an evidence of CJIS, what is a good sign for him or bad? What is CJIS? I have no idea what CGIS is. Tell me, Joseph, please let me know. I will answer your question when you tell me. Latish says, hi, I came here on a C1D1 visa. C1D is a crewman visa. It's not a real visa. It's like a transit permit. Can I apply for parole in place? If you are married to a U.S. citizen and living with them, yes. And then you can get a green card through marriage. Alex Isakov says 10 years asylum is pending. If I marry a Cuban green card holder, can I submit my own green card application under the Cuban Adjustment Act? Would that be helpful to my case? Alex, first of all, if you want to stay with your asylum case, if you have a strong asylum case, we can help you get your interview in like 2, 3 months through the writ of mandamus, and you will get your interview and your case will move to court if you want. I have to do a little research. I'm not as familiar with the Cuban Adjustment Act for marriage as I would like. I'm not sure. I believe that it does. So, spouse of Cuban adjustment. Let me see. Really quickly, I want to look it up. Um, The Cuban Adjustment Act is a U.S. legislation that provides privileged status to Cuban nationals and sometimes their foreign spouses. So, yes, I think if you marry a Cuban person and they have a green card, who themselves, they're a Cuban citizen, by marrying them, you're allowed to get your green card through the Cuban Adjustment Act for foreign spouses. And yeah, I think this is really good if you do marry a Cuban citizen. All right. Well, yeah, you'll be in good shape, Alex. But I still recommend you call us for a consultation because nothing I say here is meant to be a real consultation. This is just like entertainment and educational information. It's not any legal advice to you. So we can talk about the writ of mandamus, we can talk about the marriage, schedule a consultation today. Francis Ibiavoci says, what is the ideal thing to expect after 1 year of filing for VAWA? Nothing. The VAWA application takes about 3 years, even more now, like 3.5 really. So just be tight, be patient. Some people are eligible to get an advance parole and a work permit because they're eligible to file for a green card simultaneously in the same package as the VAWA, but not everyone. Okay, so this is where you need a consult with a lawyer. Waco says if you enter the US illegally and you'll be here 10 years next year, March, will you be qualified for parole in place? No, I think the 10 years had to have happened as of June 17, 2024. So you had to have entered illegally before or on June 17, 2014. If you came after, you might not be eligible at all. Pakistan, M. Balak says that I'm one of the best lawyers and his favorite. A lot of respect from Pakistan. Thank you so much. Oh, background check, the Temitope Joseph says. So, um, let's see. So the question was, let's go back. If somebody files for VAWA and receive a request for evidence for background check, is it a good sign? It is a good sign. That means they're working on your case. They didn't lose it. They're processing it. It's very good. Okay. Um, Maria Plander says, I'm a sponsor of a minor. He's in the US in a home for 2 months because the medical is not clear. I'm not sure what the question is. I'm going to switch to my Instagram friends. Hello, hello. Yogish Love for Nature says, my question, ma'am, is that if the study visa holder of Canada can apply for asylum in the US. So you had a student visa in Canada. Can you come to US and apply for asylum? It's going to be difficult to prove that it's not safe for you to stay in Canada. I think you're going to have, you can apply, but it's going to be super hard to win an asylum case like that. Saeed Badshash says, my priority date is June 19 of 2015. My visa category is F1, single sons and daughters over 21 of US nationals. I'm waiting for an interview date. My question is, how long do I have to wait for the interview? So if I go to the current visa bulletin, I look at the date that they're working on now. I assume you're overseas, right? And I'm going to look at the visa bulletin for this month, July. And since the F1, they're currently reviewing cases from October 22 of the year 2015 and before, right? And that's for countries that are not China. Actually, India is the same date. I'm sorry. India is the same date if you're from India. So the question is that uh, they passed your date, which is good. They're in October already. So you're current. And how long will it take them to schedule you for an interview? Between 3 to 9 months it could take, or like 2 to 9 months, anywhere between 2 to 9 months, depending where you are. And if you are in Pakistan, that's kind of a delayed. They're delayed. They don't move fast. It could be like 6, 7 months. All right, let's move on. Gurkha Gurkaran Singh behind me says, "Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to talk to you about, I guess his case. Give us a call or schedule a consultation, or you can post a question here." Mullah Pied says, "How can you help for immigration to the U.S. from Nigeria?" I only handle the paperwork, sir. So if you want to come here, you got to come here. You could come to the border and ask for asylum right now through the CBP One app, and then I can help you. Um, Gura, I'm sorry, Gurkaram Singh says, "Ma'am, I want the K1 fiance visa. What do I need to do?" You need to find a US citizen girlfriend or boyfriend or fiance, and they could bring you here. And Saeed says, "Thank you, Marina. You are the best. Thank you for watching. You are the best." Um, Reckon says, "Can a U visa applicant with a bona fide determination and deferred action apply for advance parole?" I don't believe so. I think you have to wait to be approved for a U visa. Then you can apply for advance parole. Temitope Joseph says, "Thank you for always hosting answers, my lovely lawyer." Thank you. Kwaku says, "Can you travel to Canada with advance parole if you don't have a green card?" Yes, yes. Okay, so now I understand. Maria Plander explained that there's a minor child in custody with ICE and right now clearing his medical, and she's a sponsor, and she says that they haven't released him in 2 months. How long will it take? I guess before they released him, they told her it might take 4 more months because of medical appointments. I think you'd have to wait. The question is, how can she get him out of U.S. custody? I think you have to wait for them to complete his medical appointments. He's in a home. Joyce Adoka says, "By January 2025, my cousin will be here for 10 years in the States. She has a citizen child. What can she do to legalize?" I prefer, in these cases, to file for asylum. And when it gets to court, we get rid of the asylum and we file for cancellation of removal. The US citizen child being the anchor here. And in their interest, usually you'd have to show like medical problems for the child or special needs. The judges, depending on where you live, might give you a green card. So Joyce, give us a call or schedule a consultation on our website. I'm going to put it here, shepelskylaw.com. If you click the website, I'm going to show you by sharing my screen, okay? I'm going to share my screen so you could see what's going on, right? So if you go to our website, shepelskylaw.com, by the way, if you haven't seen it, this is our website, guys. Not on Instagram, you can't see me. But if you're watching me on Facebook or on YouTube, you can see our website here. This is myself, my partner Colleen, and our associate here. You can click by make an appointment, right? And this is all our appointment options with prices, with the location. Different people in our office would do these. You can choose. I have 4 options for me. Stas in our office, Stanislav, has 2 options, and he's at $90 for a evaluation. He's not a lawyer, so he just like evaluates, trained by me. Another lawyer, Katya, does 60-minute consultations. Colleen, my partner, does consultations. And another non-attorney but senior paralegal, Alessia, does like evaluations. So we have all these options, and you can schedule a consult with one of us to discuss your case. And I'm always in the picture. I always review all the consultations, so you don't have to worry. All right? Okay, so this is it. Okay, and I'm gonna turn off sharing. Okay, moving on. Maria says if you have a false claim of U.S. citizenship, there are some programs I'm married to U.S. citizen. I think, Maria, you should schedule a consultation with us. I can't really answer like in the space of this program, all right? Okay, so moving on. Let's see. Hassan Bid on Instagram wants to ask, my I-360 VAWA got approved while in removal procedures. What's the next step? The next step would be to ask the judge and the government attorneys, they're called the OPLA, to terminate, dismiss your removal proceeding and file a form for your green card. And with that, you'll be in good shape. And congratulations on your VAWA getting approved. That's a big deal. All right. Okay. That's our website, shepelskylaw.com. Um, Thank you from Hassan Bid. I'm going to give a few more minutes to you guys because I'm in a really awesome mood, in the mood to answer some more questions today. So here, oh, they talked to somebody in our office and we said that we can't take the kiss because my cousin's ex-husband is your client. Oh, I guess not. I guess not. I'm sorry. And they live in Texas. I think that there might be a conflict because if the ex-husband is already our client, it might be some sort of a conflict of interest. Although if it's through the child, I'm not sure there is a conflict. They if you're gonna do the well, oh, they did get divorced with the asylum. Did she ever, Joyce? Did your cousin ever file for asylum before? Did your cousin ever file for asylum before? Okay. Ali says, any updates about undocumented immigrant plan coming up for those who are living more than 9 years and paying taxes? Nothing new, unfortunately. I know you're talking about the Dignity Act and other ideas for legalizing other immigrants who are not spouses, not married to a U.S. citizen, but no, nothing new. I'm sorry, Ali Akram. I know you also like to watch us, but I'm sorry. Joyce Adoka, can you email me personally at this email your cousin's name and phone number? I don't want to do this here in the comments. This is my email, Joyce, okay? And please email me, say, explain that this is Joyce from YouTube. My cousin's my cousin's my cousin's name and phone number, and I'm gonna give your cousin a call. We'll figure this out maybe. If if it's a asylum case and cancellation of removal, maybe there is no conflict of interest, but I have to double check, okay? Oh, her husband is doing a VAWA. If he's doing a VAWA, and are they together? Like if he's doing a VAWA um, with someone else, and he's actually living with your cousin, we cannot represent her. Okay. Oh, Anthony Stanton wants to know, is there any movement on the EB4 religious worker green card category? Well, let's check. All right, I'm opening the July 2024 category. If you're here inside US, the religious worker date they're working on now is 01 of January. So January 1st of 2021. So January 1 of 2021. And last month, they did move. Yes, last month they were in 2020 and they skipped like 3 months forward. So there is some movement, thank God. Yeah, not 3 months, like 1 month, really. I'm looking at the right chart, and it's actually they went from December 1, 2020 to January 2021. They only moved forward 1 month, but 1 month is better than nothing. Okay, I guess on this note, I'm gonna say goodbye and see you next week, you guys. Oh, there's one last question from Latish Boyer. Thank you for answering my question. I came here on the C1D1 in 2014. I went back for vacation in my home country, and since 2015, I'm here staying. Ah, I see. Latish, I'm not sure the new parole in place is for you because you've only been here since May of 2015 and you went back in 2014. But there might be other options for you. Give me a call, schedule a consultation. Joyce says no, they're divorced. If they're divorced, then maybe there is no conflict. Email me, okay? Email me at shepelskylaw@gmail.com. Maybe I can personally look it over, okay? Thank you, Joyce. Temitopi Joseph says, I have a good friend who filed unready for asylum and who's just filing for WOW, and he's waiting for a renewal work permit through asylum. Can USCIS use both EADs for one, or they're going to give him one? No, he has the right to get the longer asylum-based work permit. Although actually VAWA is now 5 years too. So he might keep his old one, or they might issue a new one. Can they use it? Yes, they can use it. Absolutely. Yes. So Joyce says her cousin and the husband are now living together. He got married to someone else and doing VAWA with that person. There's no conflict then. Let's do it. We can represent you. Why not? I mean, they both would have come to us through you, not by recommending each other. So why not? I think there's no conflict. Give us a call. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye finally. This time I mean it. Thank you. I'll see you guys next week. Temitopi Joseph says thank you, and I wish for you to have a wonderful week. I'll try to have more interesting news for you next week. Let's talk about your cases. Prepare your questions. See you soon. Bye bye. Bye bye.